You're listening to this week's episode of the Vacation Rental Business in Today's World podcast. You're about to start transforming your business and life with the information found here. We interview some of the greatest and most influential minds in the vacation short-term rental industry and supporting businesses. The information found here is a combination of brain science, transformational thinking, safety and loss prevention, and vacation short-term rental knowledge and experiences, all rolled into one to help you and your business to achieve levels you never thought possible. I am glad you are here, and now please welcome your host, Eric Thibodeau.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Safer VRs. I'm Eric Thibodeau, and I'm glad you're here. I'm recording this after Thanksgiving, and I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving holiday, family and friends. I was here working this year in Egypt and looking forward to being home for Christmas. But I do hope everyone had a great holiday time to relax and celebrate our gratefulness and thankfulness that we all have. And so in Safer VRs this week, I want to talk about something I've been working on for a while. It's taken a little bit of time, and it's part of the gold standard for vacation rental safety. I offer 4 components in Safer VRs: the Awakening Vacation Rental Safety Membership Group, Transformational Thinking, which is a coaching on limiting beliefs and patterns that we all have. Third, it's consulting and safety or vacation rental safety, and that could be projects or it could be on-site or support that you need for different things. And the fourth is expert witness and testimony, which I've been getting some work there and doing some activities and learning about cases and also learning about being an expert witness. It's kind of interesting. And I do get to see, unfortunately, some pretty serious events. Some I can share and some I can't share as we go along. But that's the expert witness and testimony is the fourth piece. And overarching with that, I've done some work, talk about what I'm calling the gold standard, because I believe that I deliver through Safer VR's holistic approach to safety. And as a safety professional, I'm going to share with you some things that I've learned. And basically what this is, what I call the 4 levels of safety. And they can be in any business or industry, but we'll call it 4 levels of safety in the vacation and short-term rental industry. So I'll cover a highlight of all 4 of them today. And I'll start off with the first level. It's actually level 0. And then over the coming weeks, I will record and do these podcasts to talk about all 4 levels eventually. And we'll see how they build upon each other and how this is working and where you're at in your business, in your vacation rental, property management and ownership, and how you're working. So here we go. Level 0. Honestly, this is not the level we want to be at. This is a level where there is no proactive safety and loss prevention activities taking place within our business. That's why I call it level 0. We're below ground. We are not where we need to be. And what do I mean by that? So I want to acknowledge, and I've talked to several vacation rental owners, property managers, professional property managers, as maybe some would say, and we need to acknowledge that there are some vacation rental managers and owners that are not aware of safety and loss prevention. They're doing nothing. And if this is you, you are now aware. You are aware that you need to be proactively managing safety and loss prevention in your business for your owners and for your properties that you're managing and your business. So thinking about safety in a reactive manner, or maybe you've not even thought about safety at all. I've had some people say, Eric, this is a good conversation. I don't ever think about safety in my business. I've not had any incidents. Sometimes I hear, hey, this is what I have insurance for. And I'm just disappointed to hear this. However, Safer VRs recognizes we meet people where they're at. And I acknowledge, and I would love for you to acknowledge, if you're at level 0, be aware. Hey, I'm not proactively managing safety and loss prevention in our business. Maybe you've heard someone say, well, that's just common sense. There's no need to discuss it. Probably the worst statement to be in regards to safety and loss prevention. What may be common is safety is common sense. I think it's the worst statement when it comes to safety and loss prevention. What may be common to you may not be common to someone else. I'll give you an example. Here in Egypt, right? If you think back home, you walk in a room, you want to turn on the light, you flip the switch up. You flip the switch and the light comes on, boom, no problem. However, in Egypt, you have to flip the switch down. Okay, so that's not common to me. It may be common in other countries, but being from the US, I flip light switches up, I turn them off going down. Here in Egypt, I have to turn them down to turn them on and then push them up to go off. And it takes me a while to understand that, right? Because we'll talk about later in the comments, it's in my identity. It's who I am. I know light switches go up, right? You probably heard me too. This is why I like toilet paper coming off the top, not the bottom. It's because that's what I've been doing my whole life. So what's common for you may not be common for others. It's the lowest level, if there is a level here, of operating from a safety and loss prevention thinking. So what we want to do is we want to adjust our thinking, and we want to begin moving up and begin taking proactive actions and engaging our team, our housekeepers, our maintenance team, our office staff, our owners, and it needs to be reflective in what we offer the community, in our properties. Safe is how we operate. Safe is how we deliver. We say at Current Tides, that's so important. I mean, other people's joy depends on what we produce and provide for them. And so it's really important. So we're not going to talk about all the things that could wreck your business or have other problems with not having proper safety and loss prevention. We will eventually get to that. That always seems to surface up. However, let's take this time today and say, review you and your business and say, am I at level 0? And you're aware. I mean, there's this thinking, and I'm putting it out on the podcast, and I'm going to put it on LinkedIn because I want people to recognize that if that's where you're at, you're now aware. Remember, there's 3 steps. There's awareness, there's understanding, and there's knowing. So after you're aware, we begin to understand and learn and grow, or as I like to say, evolve. So that's why I call this the evolution of safety as we go through this out of level 0. So I would easily say 50%, maybe 60% of our property managers and owners are at this level. And I believe this is a pretty poor representation of our industry. You have the ability to move forward. There's resources out there. Safer VRs is one of them. And let's elevate our game. Let's evolve, if you will, from level 0 to level 1, where we're above ground. We're above board. We're starting to proactively manage safety and loss prevention. And I'll say level 1 is a start. And I'll just cover the next 3 levels here so we have an idea of where we're going. So level 1, so we just left level 0. I call it nothing in common, and safety is common sense, the worst place to be. Level 1 is the beginning of a proactive way of managing safety and loss prevention in your vacation rental business. It's called hazard recognition and mitigation, level 1. Many people, I'd say we probably have about 20 to 30%, maybe 20% are there, doing this. So that's great. And we'll learn more about that next week. The next level, level 2, it's an evolution. Now we have policies. We may have some management systems, or maybe we're doing what I'll call safety observations, or we're doing observing work, checking work. Level 2, an evolution. I'd probably say maybe 10 to 20% are doing this, probably pretty low. Maybe there's some out there that have all these things. Let's call it 10 to 20%. So if we're at 50 to 60 before, and level 0, now we're at 20% there. Let's call it 70, and we're at 10 to 20 here. So maybe we're pretty close to 100%. But hey, Eric, you said there's another level. Absolutely, there's another level. And I believe no one's working at it at all. It's level 3. It's transformational thinking and identity. And when you begin to understand and know this piece here, it changes everything about your business. Everything about your business. And this is really where we begin to identify. And, I'm here this week and I see this here in Egypt. We just had a couple of incidents, right? And it's about looking at what are the subconscious and limiting beliefs and patterns that create problems for us in our industry. And I'll give you one from here at work, right? We had a guy get his hand hit in a machine lathe, right? So he's machining a piece of equipment and the chips are coming out and it's rotating. This guy's done this for years. He just puts his hand down there to knock something off and he hits his lathe. He does it subconsciously and he's done it so many times and there's been no problems. He's built up this identity, this way of being that says, hey, I'm okay. I'm not going to be injured by this. When we know full well that putting your hand into rotating equipment could certainly cause an injury. It's once again, it's not common sense, right? But it certainly could. And he didn't recognize it because he was such an ingrained behavior. So if you believe, hey, I don't have subconscious limiting beliefs and patterns, I welcome you to take a look at your life and see, and we'll cover some of that because we all do. It's part of being human. It's part of who we are. It's what we've learned since we were young. Here's another example, and it'll apply to the vacation rental industry, and we could come up with lots of them. But basically, I have a housekeeper or I have an inspector. It could be the one, let's call it an inspector comes by, and they've been inspecting this property for a number of years. Now, the homeowner during the slow season went in and put a pool. They put a pool in. It's a great pool. It's got a pool alarm. It's got a gate with a lock. It meets all the requirements. But now my inspector or my housekeeper, I could say either one. Let's just say inspector. This is not what they've been doing for this house. So they don't go and make sure that the pool alarm's on. They don't make sure that the gate latches back because it's never really been a problem. There's no pool. There's no hot tub for years. But today there's one. And that day someone shows up with young children who run straight out to the pool because they're excited and the gate's open and they go right in and fall in the pool and potentially drown. How is that subconscious limiting belief there? Maybe the first few times I see the pool and it's in my mind, right? And then I'm paying conscious attention. My conscious mind can only hold so many things for so long. And then I revert back to my identity, my subconscious patterns. My subconscious pattern for a number of years has been there's no pool. I just run through the backyard real quick. I don't check the gate. I don't check the alarm. I forget because it's not in my pattern. And so we need to work on these things. This is how these inattention, these subconscious patterns creating problems in our industry. And there may be others as we begin to explore this and dig deeper. So we have our 4 levels of safety, and they all allow us to evolve as individuals, as a business, in our safety and loss prevention. And sometimes it's not just about being at level 1 and what we get to level 2, it's where we are. And it takes time to evolve into the different levels because it's not just you, it's maybe your whole team. So I wanted to introduce this here. I believe this is a game changer because safety and loss prevention in the vacation rental industry is holistic. It's about all the things that I mentioned and so much more. And the missing piece, the transformational part, is as we get to level 3, we'll begin to see how our subconscious limiting beliefs and patterns have been holding us back. And it takes time. I mean, I've been working at this for 2 years and getting ready to go on my 3rd, and it takes time, right? Humans are complex individuals and sometimes don't fully recognize how we're getting in our way. So with that, I'll leave you the main piece for today. Are you at level 0? If you are, and you are now aware that you need to begin proactively managing safety and loss prevention in your property management business or as an owner, Safer VRs is here to help and support with that. I appreciate your time. Go ahead and check us out at www.safervrs.com. Go to Safer Vacation Rentals and consider joining our Awakening Vacation Rental Safety Membership Group. We'd love for you to be involved and join our group. Anyway, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We're back to work full gear today, getting ready to take care of our winter guests as they're arriving. And I want you to go out and create a safe day. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Safer VR's podcast with Eric Thibodeau. If you enjoy this, I would love you to join my Facebook group, The Safer Vacation Rentals, for more of the same. You can also join our email list at www.safervrs.com.